content on YouTube.
Okay, cool, man.
I love your desire to teach. I love your desire to share your faith.
Thank you, my
really
brother.
appreciate that.
Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that, man.
I just had a couple questions.
Sure, brother.
If you don't
Sure.
mind.
Yeah, I don't mind, brother.
Why Islam for you? Why?
Well, Islam is the only pure
No, for
monotheistic.
you.
This is why.
Okay.
I believe it's the only pure monotheistic religion. It's the only religion that worships God and God alone, without any partners, without any equals, without any middleman. I believe humans have a direct link to God, and there's no middleman between man and God.
Okay.
Right? That humans could talk directly to their creator anytime they want, and the creator is close to you, as close as your jugular vein. That's what I believe.
Okay. Okay. I mean, why not Christianity then?
Sure. Well, it's mainly the concept of the Trinity:
Yeah.
Father, Son,
You
Holy
don't
Spirit.
you don't like that?
It's for me. It doesn't make sense, right?
Okay.
Also, when it comes to original sin, like when it talks about the stories of the prophets, right? It talks about God. To me, I say it's a disrespectful way. You know,
The way they speak on God?
about God, I
How
believe
so?
is very disrespectful. Like if you go to the stories of the prophets, you talk about like the story of Noah. What's up, brother? What's your name?
Like Adam.
Adam. Okay, Abdul Wahab. Nice to meet you, brother. Sound like what's your name, brother? Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
So we're from Boston.
Sorry about that, brother.
Sorry, we're here for a little bit.
Yes, brother.
Do you know any like massages close, like near the San Diego area?
Oh, San Diego. You would just have to type it on Google, bro.
Okay, what about around here?
Yeah, King Fahd Masjid is right here, bro. But yeah, just type Islamic Center near me.
Okay,
and then you'll go ahead and find one.
We're from Boston. We just came for like a little bit, so we missed the last Jummah, so we just didn't want to miss the next Jummah.
Okay, absolutely, man. Well, may Allah bless you, bro. There's Culver City Masjid, and then just search up on Apple Maps, and you'll find one near you. Okay, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Oh man, God bless you,
I'm
bro.
on TikTok. I love you too.
May Allah bless you guys. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys' support, man. Thank you, my brother. God bless you, bro. Yeah,
Man of the people, I like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's like first time I met them, but it's like so much love, bro. That's the thing with Islam. There's so much love and brotherhood and unity within the religion, and that's something that adds more to it. Because obviously, as Muslims, we believe Islam to be true, right? And there's also tons of benefits of being a Muslim as well. There's tons of benefits. That's why, like, for us, it's a blessing, bro. Absolute blessing, bro. You know what I mean? No matter where we go, there's brotherhood there. You know, there are people that love you, take care of you, and like you'll see, for instance, you see a random guy, you'll see the love between us, and we never met each other, but what we have in common is we believe in the same God and we worship the same God. You feel me?
I got you.
Yeah, but go ahead, continue.
One thing I don't understand about the Muslim faith, because I try, I was looking at it a lot, and I see some of your content. It had me interested. That's why I said, man, you're doing a great thing.
Thank you, brother.
For your faith and your religion. I just don't understand the idea of how the Quran came to be. The fact that, when I talk to a lot of Muslims, their word is, it's the word of God, and it is that. I get it, I respect it, but that's like saying, the Quran just dropped out the sky with no creator, no author, at least no physical author to, at least put God's word together. That's what I don't understand. Can you kind of explain that to me?
Yeah, because I think you're probably looking at it within the parameters of Christianity.
Okay.
You want it to kind of fit in with what you...
No, I don't. That's why I'm confused, because...
Yeah.
So,
or maybe like
where does the Quran come from?
Sure. So we believe that the Quran comes directly from God through the angel Gabriel to the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so Muhammad wrote the Quran.
No. So the Prophet Muhammad,
he was illiterate. Correct?
He was illiterate. Okay. Yeah, he was unlettered. We call him unlettered, right?
Okay.
So meaning he was not able to read and write, right? So the Quran was revealed to him, and then he no. Like the angel Gabriel came to him thousands of times. So it wasn't the first time he came to him when he was at the top of the mountain, right? And that was when the first verse was revealed to him, right? Okay. And then over 23 years, the angel Gabriel visited him many times over different situations, and verses of the Quran were revealed.
Okay.
You understand?
So with that being said, when those verses were revealed to Muhammad, peace be unto him.
Yes. Then he would recite them, and then people would write it. They would memorize it and then write it down.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then they would read it back to him, and then he would confirm. And then every single Ramadan, every year, right, the angel Gabriel confirms what they have to make sure it to be correct.
Okay, it just seems kind of weird that you say how one thing you don't understand about Christianity or you don't appreciate is the fact that the Trinity, where you have to go through somebody to meet our Creator, when it shouldn't be like that. If He's my Creator, if you're my Father, I should be able to talk to you whenever, right? So
Well, we don't believe in the idea of God being our Father. That's
when I say father, I mean creator. You know,
Sure,
I
sure,
mean
sure.
it in that term. So yes,
Sure, sure.
as your creator.
Yes, yes, yes.
I just don't understand how our creator could give a word to Gabriel, then give it to Muhammad, then Muhammad gives it to somebody else. You see where I'm trying to get at? Where it's kind of weird. Where it's like, okay,
Well, how do you think that the Torah came about? How do you think the Gospel came about? Like, for instance, like,
yeah,
are you familiar with how these different books came about?
But they were written by men that were actually, you know, kind of like you said, Gabriel came to Muhammad. It wasn't like passed down. Like I just don't understand how Muhammad is such a great prophet. If he, I don't see how he can be deemed credible. I don't see it. I don't see how somebody can be deemed credible if they can't read or write. So you're telling me Muhammad can't if I was to give Muhammad a Quran, he won't be able to read it, correct?
No, he wouldn't be able to read it, but if you were to recite it, he would confirm if it was the authentic Quran or not.
It's kind of weird though. I mean, again,
I
you have
understand
a
your
better
perspective. Yeah,
understanding
sure.
of the religion, and I'm asking questions. I'm not trying to disrespect.
No, I understand, my
I'm
brother.
a Christian at heart. I believe Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, but at the same time, I'm not ignorant enough to learn more and explore other religions. Yeah, that's just one question I had. I really don't understand.
Yeah, but like, have you ever given it a chance? Like, have you ever read the Quran?
No, I've never read the Quran.
Well, you see, that changes a lot of things. Like, for instance, if you read what the book says, do you mind if I read a few verses to you so you understand what the book is about at least?
We can. I just had another question, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
Of course, brother.
Okay.
Ask any question that you like, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you guys go to heaven? Because in Christianity we believe heaven you can meet your Father by first repenting for your sins, accepting Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, and joining Him in baptism. So in the Muslim faith, how do you guys kind of what's your ticket to heaven?
Sure, absolutely.
I say ticket, but like you know what I'm.
No, of course I understand what you're saying. So we believe that you just simply worship Allah, the one true God. We believe that God is absolutely one. So whoever worships God and God alone, without any partners, without any equals, will enter in paradise.
Okay,
so just pure monotheism.
All you have to do is worship God.
Be loyal to God throughout your entire life.
Okay, what does that mean? Because I've heard
that meaning to not worship.
What is it?
Shia and then Sunni, yes.
Shia, and they come with different laws where you have to follow these laws, verbatim. Kind of like if you break these laws, you're done.
Well, I haven't heard about that. Okay. Like for instance, like in Christianity, it's like almost 66,000 different sects in Christianity, right?
As far as like denominations.
Denominations, yeah. Right, and one thing about different what Islam and Christianity is, in Christianity, different like denominations, they disagree on who God is, right? In Islam, even though there's different denominations, we don't disagree on who God is.
Okay.
We believe in the same Quran, we worship the same God, we believe in the same final prophet. Right? But then there's disagreements, different disagreements. You get what I'm trying to say? But we all accept those same things. But when it comes to different denominations of Christianity, one accepts this Bible, the one doesn't accept that Bible. The one says that this Jesus is God, one says the Father is the true God. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but as far as like the different interpretations of the Bible, it's based on who that book is trying to meet. As far as the audience, like if I was to go to, I don't know, a village in a.
Have you read the Bible by any chance?
Yes, I have read the Bible.
From the beginning?
I've read from the beginning, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I know every verse of the Bible. I know every scripture in the Bible.
Well, let's say, have you been through Genesis?
Yes.
Okay, so you're familiar with the book of Genesis, everything that's in the book of Genesis, and you believe that's from God?
I believe it's from God. Yes.
Okay. But what makes you think it's from God? Are you familiar with everything that says in the book of Genesis?
Yes, I'm familiar with the book of Genesis. Are you asking me why I believe in Christian faith?
Yeah. No, why do you believe the Bible to be true?
Why do I believe the Bible to be true?
Oh, 1 second. How you guys doing? Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. What's your guys' names? Linda, okay. Beautiful, nice to meet you guys. What brings you guys over to the table?
So I come from Germany and I saw your videos.
Okay, amazing.
I just told them about your story and what you do here.
Amazing.
And can we take a picture?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. And then you guys are Muslim?
Yes.
Okay, mashallah.
You want me to take y'all picture? I can take a family if y'all want.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. How are you? What's your name, brother?
Karim.
Kareem, mashallah. Okay, beautiful. Okay.
Yaş mobile akın.
Already?
Önce daha akın. Yavaş. Şahitman. Değil पंचे şahitman. Yom पंचे şahitman. Ante das hand. Ya.
Thank you.
All right, God bless you guys, okay? Nice meeting you guys, okay? All right, assalamu alaikum. Thank you, my dear sister. May Allah bless you guys, okay? Do you guys need any gifts before you guys leave?
We have two Qurans there,
Okay,
so
amazing.
Someone else
Amazing.
really wants to read it.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, well, may Allah bless you guys, okay? It was a pleasure meeting you guys, okay? Okay, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll call y'all back here in a little bit. All right. But you're asking me why do I believe that to be true?
Yeah, like, for instance, like, why do you believe the Bible to be true?
I believe the Bible to be true because, you know, going through Genesis, reading it, understanding it, from my understanding, because, like, I was born in a Christian home,
Sure.
but I was rebellious in a sense that, you know, you grow up in a situation like,
You were born and raised in LA?
no, I'm from Texas.
Okay, cool.
So, you know, I was born in Christianity, and I kind of rebelled from the faith as I became my own man, as I grew into my own, you know, as you probably know as well.
Sure.
But it always came to me that there is, I always understood that there was something bigger than me. I always understood that there is something bigger than this meaningless life we live on earth. And, you know, going through the Bible, reading Genesis really kind of opened my eyes to that. It made me realize that Jesus is king. God is king. If that makes sense.
But Genesis doesn't talk about Jesus.
It doesn't talk about Jesus. It talks about the creation, then it goes into the Abrahamic bloodline.
Yes.
Basically. And you're asking.
And the story of Noah and Lot and different stuff
But
like that.
I can't just sit here and tell you Genesis is the only reason I believe in the Bible. It's the creation, it's the foundation. Yes, it's a good foundation, but it's not the only reason I believe in the Bible. It's a part of it, but it's not the only reason I believe in the Bible.
Well, because the reason why I asked about Genesis is because that's one of the reasons why I don't believe the Bible is from God.
Why is that?
Because if
what
you,
Genesis
yeah. For instance, if you read the book of Genesis, right, Genesis 2, it talks about how God on the seventh day he needed rest, right? The Quran says very clearly that God does not read, like, I'll show you what it says in the Quran. So what we believe about the Bible, right, we believe there is truth in the Bible, right, but the Quran is here to correct what is true and what is false within the Bible. For instance, when it says on the seventh day that God needs rest, the Quran corrects the Bible and says that God does not need rest, right? So I'll go ahead and show you what it says, right? And that's why I was explaining to you earlier, I don't like the way that God is portrayed within the Bible compared to the Quran. God is very well respected.
It says rest as well as kind of like look over his creation and
no, but if you read the following verses, that's not what it says.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not what it says. It says actual rest, right? So it says.
I'm not saying it doesn't say rest. I'm saying it says rest, but in different translations, it says he rests and looked over his creation as well.
Sure. So this is what we say about God, right? So Allah, there is no God worthy of worship except Him, the ever-living, all-sustaining. Neither drowsiness nor sleep overtakes Him. To Him belongs whatever is in the heaven, whatever is on earth. Who could possibly intercede with Him without His permission? He fully knows what is ahead of them and what is behind them, and no one could grasp any of His knowledge except what He wills to reveal. His seat encompasses the heavens and the earth, and the preservation of both does not tire Him, for He is the Most High, the greatest.
Okay, so from that, so He knows what's ahead of us and what's behind. So He's your Alpha and your Omega, basically. So does that mean you guys kind of believe in predestination in a sense then?
Yeah, like everything was already destined. Yes.
So you were destined to be a Muslim.
No, so what we say is that Allah knows the decisions that we're going to make. He's aware of what decisions that you make. Because obviously Allah created us. He created our brains. He created our emotions. He knows everything about us, right? So He knows what we're going to do before we do it. Kind of like, for instance, like let's say if I was a professor, a math professor, and you're my student, right? And I tutored you through the test. So based on my tutoring of you, because I'm the one who taught you the how to solve these problems, I could assume what you would get on that test. That's as a human being. Imagine the creator of the heavens and earth that knows everything about us. What we think before we think. He knows what path we're going to go on.
Okay.
He's aware of that.
So you guys believe in predestination, correct?
Yes, yes.
So if you believe in predestination, that means you don't believe in free will.
Well, I guess when you say predestination, I have a different understanding
When I
of
say, let me
predestination.
explain. When I say predestination, is like it was destined when God created the earth that me and you were gonna have this conversation. It was destined to happen. It was destined that I was gonna wear a white LeBron James jersey.
Sure,
It
sure.
was destined. I had no say in that. So meaning I don't have free will. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, in Islam it's very clear that humans have free will to choose, but Allah's aware of all the choices that they're able to make.
Okay.
Yeah, so He's all knowledgeable, right? Meaning we're talking about Almighty God here. We're not talking about a human being. You know what I mean? So He's aware of everything. And it says
But
that
He does give us free will.
100%.
According to
Yes,
Quran.
100%.
Okay.
We have the free will to choose to go to heaven, or we have the free will to rebel and go to hell.
Okay.
We have 100% have that free will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all you have to do, like you said, the Quran says, all you have to do is worship God with no middleman, and then you'll go to heaven.
Without any partners, without any equals.
Okay. Is there because I've heard the Quran has a lot of laws you guys have to follow, as far as like gifts, giving gifts, being a good person.
Yes,
Is that true?
yes. But I'm saying what the basic requirement for you to enter heaven.
Okay.
These are the basic, because we believe that there's levels to paradise.
There's levels.
There's levels to paradise. Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of weird that a creator would separate his kids in a place that's where you're supposed to be unified. Why is there levels?
Let's say if I did far more good than you, do we deserve the same thing? Let's say we both work for the same company. I work harder than you. Should we get paid the same?
You're in that sense, you're right on an earthly level. You know, when we're talking about earth, and I think that's one thing about the Muslim faith that I really don't. Maybe it's because my Christian bias. I'm going to put that in there as well.
I would say it was a Christian bias. Yes.
But at the same time, it makes no sense to me for my creator. You know, we're supposed to be in this place harmony. We're all supposed to be in harmony, and there's.
You have to understand, our idea of paradise is different. Like the Christian idea of paradise and Islamic view of paradise is completely different.
In the Christian faith, we believe you could never be good enough. You like the moment you're born, you're never.
You're in debt to God.
You're basically you're never gonna be good enough, but that's okay because He loves you for who you are.
But you don't that's the same reason
you don't have to give $100. You don't have to give $200, and that's gonna make a difference in your relationship with God. Of course, it's a good thing if your heart's willing. If your heart's willing and you're a giving person and you don't need anything back, do it. But just the idea that I have to give to be in a certain place with my creator. It's like it seems artificial. It seems weird. It seems like kind of like a money scheme. You know? You see what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying, and that would be interesting. But in Islam, there is no middleman to human God. So there is not Ponzi scheme. Same thing, like for instance, in the churches, you have to, like for instance, the Catholic Church, you have to pay to get your sins forgiven. There's like a certain amount everyone has to donate of their checks. So Islam has none of that, bro. So Islam is not a business like other religions. I understand maybe that is probably your conception, but you have to understand your conception of heaven is completely different than our conception of heaven. In heaven, you guys worship all the time. Do you know what Christian heaven is?
No. Maybe you could tell me more about it, but
if I tell you about Christian heaven, you're not gonna want to go there.
Let me hear about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let me hear about it.
Okay, so from what I know about Christian heaven, right?
I want it from the book. You know, when if you gotta give me scripture so I can have an understanding, you know, you can't just tell me from what you know. You know, we can have that conversation, but if we're gonna say this is what Christian heaven is, I need it from the book. And I'm not trying, you know.
No, I understand.
About it, but I need it from the book because you can't tell me we're gonna worship. From my understanding, and I don't know myself, is we're in harmony with God.
And that's all you know.
Yeah, that we're in harmony with God.
So, from what I'm aware of, the Christian heaven, we're all going to be back on earth. So all humans are going to share the same earth once again, right? So already, like, there's a big issue with that. For instance, there's a lot of people, right? Like, they don't want to, you get what I'm saying? Like, the reason why people strive for money, for success, is so they could have their own things. You get what I'm saying? For instance, like in paradise, when it comes to Islam, right? The lowest level of paradise is over 10 of this earths and whatever it contains, all just for that person. You get what I'm trying to say? and whatever their heart desires is for. That's for the lowest level. Imagine the highest level. So when you compare Islamic paradise to Christian paradise, there's no comparison. Like, I guarantee you as a Christian, you're going to want to go Islamic paradise than Christian paradise. Because in Christian paradise, you just have to pray all the time.
Not if there's levels to it. Not if there's like.
Well, why are you afraid that there's levels? Are you afraid that you're not going to be good or something?
It's because
You don't want to compete? Come on, bro. You're a bodybuilder, bro. You don't want to compete?
if I just see it as the fact that how good you are determines where you're at in the eyes of your creator. When everything on this earth is meaningless, literally everything we do here is meaningless.
Yeah, when it comes to worldly stuff. Let's say if I help the poor, I feed the needy. That's not meaningless. If I worship God, that's not meaningless.
Yes, but like, car, we have all this,
Yeah, but we agree on that.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about what we disagree on. We agree on those things.
I disagree, and I don't understand. Maybe I'll have to dig deeper into your religion to get a better understanding of it, but I don't understand, and I don't really appreciate the fact that you have to be so good in the eyes of your creator. Because my thing is like, if God's God, sorry if I'm blobbing on, but if God's God, you can never be good enough. There's nothing you could do because he's
But that's
perfect.
according to the Christian parameter. You have to understand, we're not trying to be like God.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like, this is why I say, in my opinion, right? Christianity disrespects God tremendously.
I disagree with that.
Bro, it's very
why do you
disrespectful.
say
As a Muslim, we say that the Christians are very disrespectful towards God. Like, look how much of an issue that you have, right? Of there being different levels of paradise. That there could be people that are more righteous than you that deserve more than you, but you have an issue with that.
I don't have an issue with somebody being more righteous than me. I just don't. I have an issue with their being that. Oh, I prayed 30 times. So and you only prayed 15 times. So I'm gonna be on level 20. You're gonna be on level 15 of paradise. To me, it seems kind of.
But you have no problem with that on earth, right? Like, let's say you work, someone else works more hours than you. They get promotion, you don't.
Though,
Why is it different?
This is meaningless. Me working for a company to get a 401k, to buy a bigger house, to get a bigger car. It's all meaningless in the eyes of God. It's all, and I believe your God would say the same thing too. It's all meaningless.
Well, yeah, in Islam we believe that there's only one God.
Mm-hmm.
We just believe different people have a different perception of who Almighty God is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we believe Allah is the God of the Christians, the Jews, the Muslims, is everyone's God. You understand what I'm saying? Well, obviously, all religions came from the Middle East. You're aware of that, right? It didn't come from like the middle of Texas, with a bunch of white people.
I think it'll be a little better. Now I'm just playing.
Yeah, but all religions came from the Middle East, my brother.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see any, like, they're all like forms of Arabic, like Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic. They're all forms of Arabic. So this whole idea of it being so like, like the Middle East being such a, like a weird thing, like the Arab thing being so weird, but it's like all the religions come from the Arab nations.
But the Arab nations are like at the biggest war, amongst themselves in the world, which doesn't.
No, it's not against themselves. It's the non-believers that are killing what we believe to be the believers. Because we see ourselves as the believers, and the non-believers are trying to always attack us. Like, who do you think we're always under attack?
Oh, so
By the non-Muslims.
I wouldn't say that's 100%.
You wouldn't say there's a war against Islam?
True. I think there's a war against Christianity.
Yeah, there's a war against both. But wouldn't you say there's more against Islam?
You would say
Think about 9/11. Think about are you forgetting all these things? Like,
not
in
forgetting
every single video game, you have to kill a Muslim. You know what I mean?
I don't know about
Call
that
of Duty,
game.
bro. Call of Duty. They got the terrible dudes.
It's American perspective, and
Yeah.
of course, American media is gonna, turn it a certain way.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
But
That's what I'm talking
if
about.
you go to freaking Iraq or Afghanistan,
They don't have that same propaganda.
Okay, so why is it that me as a Christian, I can't go openly share my faith in a place like Palestine or something?
Sure. So we believe as Muslim we're guided, and if you were to profess to us, we believe that you're here to misguide us.
So, but my
So
thing is,
we wouldn't allow misguidance when we believe that we're here to teach and to educate.
Okay.
Because we're given the final revelation to the final prophet.
You should be strong with your God enough to know when somebody's trying to deceive you or not, and it shouldn't be to a point where you will literally. It's one thing to cast somebody else, but like literally telling you can't practice this. You
No, that's not true. That's not. Christians and
true.
Jews are the most protected in Muslim nations. Have you ever been to a Muslim country?
I've been to Kuwait
Okay.
for exercise,
Okay.
military exercise
Okay.
and stuff like
Okay.
that. But like,
Okay. So you obviously, so this is coming from no experience. I've traveled to Muslim countries. I've seen how it is. Christians love it there, bro.
I'm not saying they don't love it. Like, of course, even if the same vice versa, if you bring a
But
Muslim to a Christian country, they're gonna be free to worship as they want as well too. But I can't. I honestly, from what I've seen, of course, my understanding is limited, being that I haven't traveled to those Muslim countries and experienced as much as you have.
Sure.
But from what I've seen and what I've read, and even some friends I've had. My mom, she went to Jerusalem, came back. She traveled basically the coastline of the Middle East,
Sure.
and she's telling me the freedoms we have here as Christian is not the same over there. And I hear some of these things, and I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy that they'll kill somebody for their belief. That's
Yeah. Well, what do you think is happening?
It says
Well,
that.
yeah.
It says that in the Quran, correct?
No. To kill non-believers?
It doesn't say that.
No. 100%. It says right here, my dear brother. It says right here, if you were to kill one innocent soul, it's as if you killed all of humanity. It's very clear. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of misconceptions and misconstrued against Islam.
And I appreciate you correcting, man.
Yeah, absolutely, my
I'm
brother.
not trying to disrespect your
No, I know when someone's trying to disrespect it. I know how to correct them too. So let there be no compulsion in religion, for the truth stands out clearly from falsehood. So whoever renounces false gods and believes that Allah certainly grasps the firmest, unfailing hellhole. And Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Allah is the guardian of the believers. He brings them out of the darkness and into light. As for those who disbelieve, the guardians are false gods who lead them out of the light and into darkness. It will be they who will be the residents of the fire, and they will be there forever. Right? Yeah, so it's very clear. Like, you're not allowed to. If you harm one innocent life, it's as if you harmed all of humanity. And if you save one innocent life, it's as if you saved all of humanity.
I don't know where I read it, but I know it's a quote.
I know where you read it. I know where you read it. You heard it from Islamophobic Christians, bro. Because you have to understand. Unfortunately, bro, Muslims are not like this. We don't talk shit about Christianity all day long. We don't do that. But unfortunately, I don't know what it is with American. It's mainly evangelical Christians. I would say the evangelical, they have like a big hatred towards Islam, and they preach misguidance towards Islam.
You're not a true Christian if you have hatred toward,
Bro, you know how many Christian preachers came up to me handing me anti-Islamic propaganda that they hand out to people, bro.
Anti-Islamic meaning like what?
No, they're saying like crazy stuff about what you believe. Like what you're saying, kill this and that. That all comes from them.
Okay, if they're wrong, if they're wrong in interpreting your book,
but I'm saying,
like you just did me, you pulled it out, you showed me. But if there's a Christian coming to you telling you I hate you because you're Muslim, they're not Christian.
I know, but then there's tons of them though. So you're telling me there's a bunch of fake Christians out here?
There's a bunch of fake Christians.
Okay,
yes, the Bible even says it.
But I'm saying literally churches, since I started doing this, churches have spent money to stop what I'm doing. To like spread anti-Islam propaganda on the pier, handing out flyers before people come to me.
I'm sorry if they're doing that, handing out anti-Islamic propaganda.
But a Muslim will never do that.
Which is wrong, but if they're coming to you and trying to share their faith with you and trying to...
They'll never confront me. They'll never confront me. They're terrified of me. I don't know why. They're terrified of me.
You're a big guy.
Well, you're a big guy too, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
But no, I truly appreciate your love for God. I wish you would did you ever consider Christianity?
I did 100% consider Christianity. That was the first religion I looked into, bro. Wow. And I was hoping for it to be true.
Did you grow up Muslim?
I did grow up in a Muslim family, right? But I grew up in LA, bro. I grew up in LA during 9/11 era, so I didn't want to publicly tell anyone I was Muslim, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I was in a weird position, bro. You feel me? Like I had to, like my parents were from Pakistan. Guess what I told people? I'm Persian. Because it sounds nicer. You know what I'm saying? Just because the way the country was at that time. And it made me hate my own religion. It made me, I believed a lot of the propaganda that was pushed to me through the television until I read it for the first time.
Because you have bad people like that. And I'm a believer those people who did that act can't be truly Muslim. Because, like you just showed me right now, God said if you kill one, you might as well kill.
Well, bro, everyone knows now that the Jews are the ones who did 9/11, bro. Everyone knows that.
I don't know about that, but
You haven't looked into like
not like that. You know that the Jews were the ones who constructed 9/11.
well, because they needed to start a war in the Middle East somehow, right? For Israel to expand and for the Muslim countries to collapse. So they needed some way to start that, and that's how they did it.
I just don't understand why the Muslim countries, like, if their faith is so strong, there's so much money in the Middle East, why can't they come together under Allah? If they all truly love
They
God,
were like during the Ottoman Empire. We didn't separate into different countries, but dude, that's what happened. The white man separated all of us, and then separated us by countries. Now Pakistan, Bangladesh, everyone has their own thing. It separated us by colors, by different nationalities.
colonization did ruin
Yeah,
a lot of
it ruined.
cultures.
Yeah, bro.
But at the same time, me as a black man, I could stand here today and tell you that the white man ruined my bloodline. No, you know what? Once I became a man, once I, grew a conscience and understanding, I can, see good and evil. I can see bad and good. And I think that's the same for the Muslim countries. Like, I really don't understand for people who, and that's one thing I love about you Muslims, man. You guys are so passionate about your faith. I love how you guys, your women carry themselves. They're modest. They're kind.
Christian women used to be like that too, bro.
I mean, the Christian women I know who are true Christian women are like that. I'm not gonna diss them, but the true Christian women who carry themselves in that light are like that.
Like if you look at any of the medieval stuff, like the Christian women, they used to veil, bro. They used to cover themselves. Like you couldn't almost tell the difference between a Muslim and a Christian back then. But now we have this Americanized version of Christianity. Shave off your beard. Christians don't even have beards. Like what the hell's up with that, bro? Every prophet of God had a beard,
I don't know where
bro.
it says in the Bible that you have to have a beard.
Well, it's a symbol of being a man, bro. What makes the difference between the first thing
Some people can't grow a good
No,
beard.
I understand. I understand. But like the first thing a transgender person does before transitioning, they shave off their beard. That's the first thing, getting closer a step to being a woman. You know what I mean? Like this is our crown, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, but is that what y'all believe in the Quran?
Well, dude, every civilization knows that, bro. All the greatest men in history all had beards, bro. Like this is a sign of being a man. You feel me? But now the lines are so blurred, bro.
I mean, just because civilization, has a tradition.
Well, I mean, think about every single prophet: Jesus, Moses, Abraham. Aren't these the greatest men to walk the earth?
True, you're right. They have.
And aren't they examples for us to follow?
Yes, you're right.
So why not follow them?
I mean, I don't think me having a beard, me not having a beard is gonna, change God's idea of me or change my creator's idea of me. It's a beard, like it's hair. Some people can grow hair. Like me, I'm bald. Like, so if I couldn't grow hair, what God's gonna tell me? Oh well, man, you can't grow hair, so you can't come to heaven. I feel like.
No, it has nothing to do with going to heaven or anything like that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, once you put that into the faith, like something you can't control, like let's say somebody who can't grow a beard,
then you can't grow it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
though?
yeah. But how many people can't grow beards?
I don't think that's a problem for salvation, growing a beard or not.
Yeah, no, there is no problem. There's no doubt.
That's a problem with that.
No, I was just saying all the
heart of the man.
100%. No, I was just saying that all the greatest men in the past, all the prophets of the past, they all had beards.
You know why? Because the culture was that way too.
Yeah,
People have longer hair. It's the culture. Culture changed. Now a clean man is a shaved man, supposedly.
I don't believe that. I believe a man without a beard,
I
he's like a woman.
To me,
You know what I mean?
I agree. But some people, they look good.
Of course.
Some people, they don't.
Yeah, you're right.
Somehow.
Yeah, you're right.
If my wife tells me to grow a beard, I'll grow a beard. Listen, if your wife's gonna tell to shave it off, you're gonna shave it off.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what I mean? So, again, it's I think in God's
No, we all agree. We all agree. Yes.
God looks at the heart of
100%.
And even with the I grew up very strict when it comes to religious.
Were you Muslim growing up?
No, I was Christian.
Okay.
My workers, they're Muslims.
Okay.
Yeah, and really, one thing I could say about Muslims,
They're great.
they're very
I love
good
Muslims.
character people.
They really are.
The one that follow. But there's some, like in the Christian beliefs, some wishy-washy.
What the
And
Christian?
the Muslims too. There's so many, especially
Because I have Muslim strict, I have moderate, and I have extremist.
Yes.
Same thing with Christians. We could be moderate, extreme, or
Yeah, you're.
but God says you cannot walk on the fence and be with the world and with you.
Can't be a lukewarm Christian.
Exactly. So you gotta walk with it. So that's why to me, I do believe that God looks at the heart of the man. We make it harder than what it is. Because
I agree.
We
I agree.
make it so much harder. We put all these rules. We put all these, but God said,
And it's humans that make it difficult. God did not make it difficult.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Dude, we're on the same
I agree.
page, brother.
I
We're on the
agree.
same page.
I 100% agree. And I know that God is the one that looks at our hearts.
Amen.
And with that,
And he judges us based on our intentions.
correct. Correct. I agree that.
Yes.
I agree that. The only one thing that now, because I have a lot of discussion with my guy, and I love having respect. I don't agree with the Muslim who
Sure.
actually doing the dua. That helps you go into heaven.
As far as like doing good deeds,
Yes.
that's exactly what I was saying. Like,
No, but we don't believe that good deeds take you to heaven.
but
Right,
we
but
believe
you
that's
say
only
that they-
through the...
there's
correct.
levels. You can do so good, then you'll be on level 1, or you do so good, you're on level 2, which is weird. Like,
To me, that's one thing that it's hard to understand that, because when God, my God,
we believe there's only one God.
yes, we believe that He sent His Son. I believe in that.
Sure.
That He died for us.
Sure.
Now, it could be a murderer, or it could be a cheater, or it could be a gossiper. In God's eyes, are all the same sins. So a lot of times I've seen that people say, "Oh, you could outdo your wrongs by good doers."
No, but that's not what we believe. That's a misconception.
That's
So,
a lot of
yeah.
Muslims, like you said.
so what do you believe
Misconception.
then?
Yeah. So we
Guys
believe that
don't-
we only enter paradise through the mercy of God.
Yes.
So there was a story of a man
Yes.
that he said that, hey, I want to enter heaven through my good deeds. He said, okay, well, God, I worshiped you for this many years. I want to enter heaven through my good deeds. Then God said, okay, your good deeds only earned you your eyeball. That's it. Now this is all you got. Your eyesight, all your good deeds only earned you your
I
eyesight.
agree with that.
You cannot ever
So
earn
the-
your way into heaven.
The majority of Muslims are the other way.
Yes, a lot of Muslims,
Why?
they're misunderstood, because I came into this country, right? A lot of my parents came as Muslims, right?
Yes.
Never educated me on Islam. I had
Yes.
to learn myself, because as soon as they come to America, they're focused on money. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's what happens, bro.
We do a lot of us.
Exactly. We don't focus on God anymore. We're focused on making money, and then we ignore the kids. We teach it. We focus more on school
Yeah.
than when it comes to God.
There's nothing wrong to make money. Because
There's nothing
Christianity
wrong with
says
that.
The love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not making money.
Yeah, like,
Making money, we're good to make
like,
money,
I'm-
make millions.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would love to be that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yes. Like, have money in your hand, but not in your heart.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree with that. So I've seen, we don't have a lot of differences. Just like I said, the one that I've talked to my workers, they say that a lot of things they're focused on their good deeds. They're focused on what they're doing to get there. And I keep saying, hey,
You can never be that good.
you cannot.
Yeah, but we believe that too. That you
Yes.
can never
enough.
earn your way to heaven.
I agree.
If
That's not
the
possible.
case, my question is, if you could never be good, then why is there levels to heaven then? That makes
Well, for those who are more righteous than others, all of us don't equal. We don't, like. Let's say if you worked harder than me, you don't deserve the same thing as me, bro. You know how many hours I spend out here? You know how much money, thousands of dollars I spend every month? You don't deserve the same thing as me. I worked harder. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but now it
Yes
goes,
and no,
it goes,
yes and
it
no.
goes
You
on
know,
based on your grade.
Because on Earth,
Yes.
let's say if
On
I
Earth,
worked
that's
harder,
like an earthly mind.
Yes.
Like that's
Exactly.
but that's we're on Earth. So how are you gonna talk about a heavenly mind?
no. But what I'm saying, that's a
Oh yeah,
earthly
let
mind.
him say.
But
Yeah.
you know what? You're a sinner, he's a sinner. I'm a sinner, he's a sinner. Right? So we all deserve what?
Hell.
That. Nothing.
Oh no, that's not what we don't believe that sins equal death. That's a Christian belief.
Yeah,
Oh, so then what gets you that?
Huh?
Then what gets you that? Or nobody goes to hell?
But
No. Only those who rebel against God
Okay,
purposely go to hell.
What is the sin? Then? What is the sin then?
Like when you rebel against God.
Okay, so
But it doesn't equate to. We don't believe that's a Christian belief.
if you rebel against God, then the wages of sin is what? A reward?
No. Like you do get punished, but it's not death.
You don't get punished for sin.
We don't believe all sins are equal. There's major sins and there's minor sins. Like all sins are not. Murder is not equate to stealing a Kit Kat. You know? Yeah.
Sin is a sin. Period.
No, I understand that's what you believe, but we believe that there's a hierarchy of
The
it.
thing is, some people they're
That's
they're
where I
saying,
get
okay, there's
confused with
a
the hierarchy.
white lie, and then there's a not as lie as well. That's a good one. Well, you can well, lie's the lie.
Like, do you believe a thief and a murderer are on the same level?
Pretty much.
Yeah, so
In the
that's
eyes
where
of
we
God,
disagree.
yes.
Yeah. Well, that's where we disagree. But we are
As
allowed to
humans,
disagree.
As humans.
Yeah, we're allowed to disagree. Yeah. We don't have to agree on everything.
you're
Yeah.
right.
As long as you're sincere, and then you're looking for the truth.
Yes.
And that's all good. And then God, yes, He's merciful, and then He will reach you, give you.
Also, you have to remember, as Muslims, we don't believe in the original sin, so we don't believe we're born sinners.
Oh, we're not.
Well,
Yeah.
you are
No,
born-
according to the original,
You have a nature.
according
You have
to
a
the,
nature.
yes.
Like a baby, you don't teach a baby to
No,
bite somebody.
No,
or
but like
to
if a
hit
baby is
somebody.
not baptized, it goes to hell. No, there are certain Christians that do say that.
That's not true.
Oh, that's the Catholics.
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay, so
We
they say that if a baby is not baptized, in Islam, we said,
we have a just God, an understanding God. Why would a just God give a baby hell who never got?
Well, they say if he wasn't baptized, then he was going to hell.
Yeah, the Catholics, but Christians don't believe that.
Well, there's many denominations, bro. So, like, you get what I'm saying?
Same thing with the Muslim, bro. There's a lot.
No, there's when Islam is just Sunni and Shia, they all believe in the same God. They have. No, that's not true. That's not true. When there's a different denomination Christianity, they disagree on who God is.
No,
God is not all of them.
Like some are Unitarian, they believe the Father is true God. Then there's people who believe Jesus is the one true God. So there's differences within
I
the
don't think
Christians.
anybody believes Jesus is the one true God.
Oh,
Jesus
dude.
is God's son.
No,
God sent on
you
earth.
know how many Christians I've spoken to?
I mean,
I've talked
they're
to
wrong.
thousands of them, bro.
They're
You know?
American Christians.
Yes, it's a lot different. It's an evangelical,
And it's
very
sad to
different.
say this, but an American way, it's a washed out.
That's what I'm saying.
In all of them.
No,
Yeah.
you're
But
right.
most of them,
If
they're
you go
The-
to, if you
from
go to somewhere like
the Christians
Africa,
from
or
the
you go to
East,
somewhere like
yeah. Orthodox
understanding-
Christianity is different.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You see that? That's what I'm saying. To me, when I came to America, that I focused so much.
It's
on
different, bro.
To teach them the right way.
Exactly.
Why?
Because we're so rich, we have everything. You
The
know,
more
It's
rich we
easy.
are, the less we need God.
Yes.
We think.
Yes, that's what they think. Yes.
We think we could do without him. Because every atheist, when the plane goes down, every atheist when he has no money.
Oh God! Oh God! Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So because of that, we grew up in a communist country.
Yes.
We only depended on God.
Yes.
So that's what got
Where y'all
us
from?
close.
And
Romania?
Yes. So we
Yeah.
grew up like or
Originally
Africa
born
or
in
other country, even Middle East.
Were you always
I
Christian?
love my guys that work with me.
I would say,
I could leave my job, and that's one thing that I love working
because
with Muslims.
Romania
Good
is
true
a
Muslims.
Christian
Could
country.
be
yes.
Muslims.
Yes. Yes.
You guys
Yes.
are
So they
Orthodox.
would come
Yes.
Okay.
and be the best.
Well, they know that God is always watching them.
I listen. That's
Say that
my
you're a
love
Christian, that
for
doesn't
you
make
guys,
you a Christian.
for the
Of
true
course,
ones.
anybody can say
Same
this.
thing I love for my Christian people, the true ones.
No.
It's just
Once we acknowledge
I
that we are
wish
sinners, then we
that
have to
somehow
repent
God
and
would reveal
Christ.
Himself to us. And my mom, when I used to read the Bible, my mom said,
that was
David,
the time when we
ask God,
I
when you
agree.
read it, reveal Himself to you to understand what the true meaning of it is.
Well, as Muslims, we have no problem reading the Bible. We
Right.
educate ourselves on the Bible.
Correct.
But I wouldn't say the same for the Christian. A lot of Christians, they've never read the
Oh
Quran.
no, my brother's brother-in-law is a Muslims. They both Muslims, and I used to go on the talk with them. So I had a lot of talks. So I love.
But like, for instance, have you read the Quran before?
I've read some, not all the Quran. I read some of the Quran, yes, 100%. I love reading that. It's an interesting to see the differences. And when my work is to talk, I like to kind of educate, not just.
But we have a lot of similarities as well.
Yes,
we have tons of similarities.
The
Yeah.
only thing now, and I'll leave it like my wife is gonna get mad at me.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, but we don't want to have it. She might tell you to grow a beard. You know.
I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that. But the thing with the Quran and the Bible, the difference is, to me, again, my logic, as I'm pretty sure we probably agree and might disagree with us. Quran came about 800 years later than the Bible.
600 years. 600 years.
So
Yes.
now,
But do you know why?
and I've seen that, and they said the Bible memories the people, and they have to write it down. But when was Muhammad born?
Yeah, so we believe that Quran is here to correct what the mistakes, because we believe that the Bible is not the full
Correct.
truth.
But now our Bible says whoever adds any words to that, it's a false prophet.
Yes.
Whoever adds on to any of the words of the Bible, whoever comes after him is a false prophet.
Yes.
You don't
So
see
now
me?
do you see our point why?
100%. But wouldn't you want to investigate, read it, and say, hey, is this from God or not? And then you make your own decision.
Now, as example, my kids look at me as example. So now looking again with no disrespect.
Yes.
Again, please look at the.
No, I have this conversation all the time. No
I know,
problem.
but I want people to know that it comes from a place of love.
Yes, yes, yes.
Muhammad. Now, if you want to follow on his footsteps, he wasn't a very good way to follow. By killing people, by doing that. Now look in the Jesus in Muhammad. Just compare.
When Jesus comes back, what is he going to do?
The what?
When Jesus comes back on the second coming, he's going to cause war.
Yeah, but
Huh?
not that.
But Jesus comes back with the sword. He doesn't come back with anything else.
Correct, but it's his way of life, of personal life.
But at that point, you've already chosen if you want to be a follower of Christ or not.
So when it comes to this, we believe that Jesus lived an incomplete life. His life isn't complete because he's coming in the second coming, and then he's going to live the rest of his life. You can't compare an incomplete life to a complete life.
But the thing is, he was fully God and fully man.
So we don't believe that.
You cannot say, okay,
I don't believe you could be. You can't be human and God.
What makes it an incomplete
only
life?
God can be.
Well, Jesus never got married. He never went to
But
war.
he's God. He doesn't.
never came married.
Yeah, but we don't believe. We don't believe God could be born.
Because he said
And
because
like when did he become?
Muhammad said that.
No. As a human, I don't believe that God is a baby that Goo Goo Gaga, like suck all the, that's crazy. I can't worship a
But
God
y'all
like that.
believe God
Only
came
way
from Mary, though.
for God to
No, we
understand.
don't believe
Y'all
God.
don't believe that?
That's what you believe.
I
No,
thought
you.
you guys.
That's what you believe.
Y'all believe in Jesus,
The only
though.
way,
Yes,
the
yes,
only way God to understand the human being is to become like a man.
Walk
That was
in
the
his
only way.
shoes.
Because God is God. Well, and then you know what?
But if God is,
Our
yes,
limit wasn't
my name is Wahab.
Wow,
Yes.
good to talking to you.
Do you mind if I give you a free Quran, brother? Is that
I
okay?
do have a from them to read it, but I
okay.
could take it.
I
I could
Okay,
definitely
please.
take it. You know
Only
that.
if you want to. Only if you
Yes,
want to.
listen, I'll
Please.
take it. I'll
No
take
pressure.
it.
No
Yes,
pressure.
no
Okay.
pressure. I'll
God
take
bless
it.
you, my
I'll
brother.
take it.
Okay.
God bless my
I
friend.
wish you. Thank you so much. Beautiful conversation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
God bless you guys. And can we agree that there's only one God?
There's only one God.
Beautiful.
There's
Beautiful.
only one God.
Beautiful.
I always said
Yes,
that.
sir.
We all believe
Yes.
there's only
Yes,
one
sir.
God.
Yes, sir.
There's only one God.
Okay, brother.
We don't believe in polytheism. No,
Yes,
we don't believe
beautiful.
that.
Beautiful.
No, we
One
believe
God.
that one God. Yes, Jesus.
And that's what connects all of us is belief in the one God.
Absolutely, and then
Okay, God bless you guys,
that's-
okay? Take
There's
care.
a time when the time will come when everyone will bow down, and then we'll recognize that there's only one God.
Yeah, and I believe when Jesus comes back, that's what's going to happen.
You guys
'Cause
believe Jesus is coming back?
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay, so if
Okay.
he comes back,
Yeah.
so what was he when he left? Because he
He
never
was.
died, right?
He's the Messiah.
You guys believe
Yeah.
he resurrected, correct?
No, we don't
No, they
believe.
don't believe
Yeah,
that.
we don't believe
They
that.
don't believe that.
We
They
don't
said
believe
that
he was
that
crucified.
God created a trick, and he swapped him right on the cross, and he was somebody else instead of him. And he was,
I personally believe it was Judas, the one who betrayed
I
Jesus.
know, but now let me ask you, in the eyes of the man, if God could be God, why would he have to play tricks on us to put somebody else?
Who did he trick? The deceivers, the ones who were trying to kill Jesus,
I understood,
not
but
the
now,
believers.
Imagine if you had done that. Per se, he done that. Everyone that came after him, the Christianity, so to speak, that means we believe in a false resurrection. Which, again, in the end, what I told my workers, so in the end, either me or him goes to hell.
I know, but that's crazy,
He
man.
said, right?
That's
So
crazy.
one of the two of us is gonna go to hell.
But that's according to, because Islamic belief, we don't believe that you're going to go to hell. You know why? If you don't go to hell unless you're warned of the truth,
But
and
now-
then once you're warned of the truth, you disregard it,
But now,
then
I
you
only
get the
know of
punishment.
one truth. It's not my truth and your truth. There's only
Well,
one truth.
there's only one truth. Yes.
I agree.
Look at this, the one truth.
Correct.
Yes,
so
sir.
now, it's one of us is going to go to hell.
Yes.
So,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no, but only if we worship Jesus. If you worship the Father alone, I don't believe you would. We believe the only thing that could earn you the hellfire or earn the wrath of God is worship outside of God. We believe Jesus.
But can I live a dirty life and worship God?
Yeah, I mean we're not
So
born
can I
perfect.
go- would I go to
We
hell
don't.
or would I go to
We
heaven?
don't. We don't.
Purposely.
Huh?
Purposely. Yeah, we're not. We're born with a
Sinful nature.
Sinful nature. Yes, yes.
Okay, God bless you, brother.
Yes, but can you? Yeah.
God bless
can
my
you?
friend.
Can
God
you
bless
say
you,
that
brother.
you follow God and then you live your
May
own
my God
life, whatever you
open
you
your
want it, and then you sow. If you're, I can.
Let's come back over here. Yeah, yeah.
I can-
Because I don't know what people are doing. You know what I mean?
I can tell that you are a very, very sincere person, and I can tell that you are
I've seen a lot of his
searching,
videos. He's a
searching
good man.
God, and then the thing is,
Not searching. I found already. I did the searching before. I investigated Christianity, Judaism. I found the truth now. Now that's what I'm sharing. If I was still searching, I wouldn't be here.
but still,
I'm here
on
to
the-
share what the truth
but
is.
still, on the other side, maybe there's some doubts in your mind.
No,
Or
there's
if
none.
there are not doubts.
No doubts.
You can say a sincere prayer, because I've seen a lot of Muslims, when Jesus will come and show them in a person, and then they will
But
be
we
like,
believe in Jesus.
they'll be like, okay, I didn't know you since now I want to follow you, because Jesus says, I am the truth and the life.
I am the way, the truth,
The
and
way,
the
the
life.
truth, and the life. Yes. So,
But you have to understand, you're not talking to an atheist. We believe in
know.
Jesus.
well,
So it's like for us, when Christians bring that up, what's the point? We believe in him, but we're never going to worship a human. For us, that's like you're. To me, I see you trying to take me to the hellfire now. I'm on the path to heaven, and now you're trying to take me to hell. No, but I'm just saying the way I view it, because you have to remember, you have one perspective. I have all perspectives. I know what the Jews believe. I know what the Christians believe. I know what the Muslims believe. You only know what you believe.
my suggestion.
So there's a
No,
difference.
the thing is, I don't want to push you to the way on the way to hell. I'm just telling
But
you.
if you tell me that
suggesting
Jesus
you,
is God,
I'm suggesting you with an open mind. God, I know that I know you. I believe that I'm on the right path. But Psalm 139 says, God, search me, see if I'm on the wrong path, and then if I'm on the wrong path, with a sincere attitude.
I've already done that, my brother. I've done that, and that's
Huh?
why that's why I believe in Islam, my dear
And
brother.
then I believe that if you're sincere, and that if you believe that Jesus, He's the only way to heaven, one day we'll see each other in heaven.
Inshallah. So, as long as we worship God alone, then inshallah we'll be in heaven.
I have a
Absolutely.
question, man. Do you
Yes, brother.
believe in hell?
Yeah, of course.
So how does somebody go to hell? So for instance, in Christianity, let's say somebody who never heard the book of God, who never heard Jesus, nothing. Once he dies, you know, of course, we understand we have a just and understanding God. He's going to be given an opportunity to accept Jesus Christ as his personal Lord and Savior.
Okay, God bless you guys.
God bless you.
Do you mind? Have you ever read the Quran?
I've got a full Quran at home. Yes.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay, brother.
I'm not
He
telling
said
you-
yes.
I'm not
Okay,
telling
brother.
you
All right,
lies.
God bless you, brother.
I've got a full Quran
Okay.
with a hardcover.
Okay, amazing. Okay, God bless you, brother.
So my question is for somebody who never, you know, got to read the Quran, got to understand the Quran. You know, there's people.
They're going to be tested on Judgment Day.
Okay, so they're kind of like.
There's going to be a
Christianity.
specific test
They're
for
gonna
them.
be tested. How so?
Like, there's going to be a specific test for them on Judgment Day. I'm not familiar with what exactly the test is, but there's going to be a specific test for them on Judgment Day. Based on that test, it will decipher if they're going to go to heaven or hell.
That's so a test. That's kind of weird, man. A test.
You know, I find it very interesting. Anytime I share like something truthful to you, you find it weird. But I guarantee you, if you
maybe,
share,
maybe
if-
weird. My bad for the
yeah,
maybe
because I
weird isn't
guarantee
the
you,
right word.
there's a lot of things about Christianity I could say is very
Yes,
weird,
of course.
very
and I
weird.
won't say you're wrong, but it just sounds. It's. I'm not. I say weird because
Like, I'll
I'm
be
not
honest,
used to
I
it.
don't think you're sincere. I'll be honest.
Why not?
I don't think you're sincere because you have all the baggage of Christianity you're holding on to, and you're not looking at this with an open heart. I'll be real with you.
No.
I've talked to thousands of people. I
Okay.
know when someone's sincere or not.
When you say sincere, as far as like trying to see what the Quran's saying,
Yes.
if I wasn't sincere, man, I wouldn't be standing here for almost 30 minutes.
No. I understand. I'm just saying, if you're sincere, then you should want to hear what the message of Islam is
Okay,
saying.
and I'm hearing it. But again, if you're saying something that conflicts, you know, Christianity, that conflicts my understanding, you're gonna say something, right? I'm not gonna say you're not being sincere because if you weren't sincere, you would just walk away and you don't really care about it.
No, there's tons of insincere people that come to me. Like, for instance, these guys trying to convert me into Christianity.
I don't think they were trying to convert you.
I mean, bro, you know what he was trying to do.
No, he wasn't trying to convert you.
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, pray, and then hopefully you'll accept Jesus as God. For me, like, you're trying to take me to the hellfire, bro, by doing that.
Like kind of like what you're doing though. You
But what's my message? To worship God alone.
yes, but what you're
I don't tell anybody to worship a human.
Okay, no, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to connect it. You're here, you're telling people about the message. You're trying to convert people
Yes.
to.
No, I'm trying to share the message. That's
Yes,
it.
you're trying to share the message, right? And that's the same thing with Christianity. He's trying to share what he understands that's the truth.
I understand, but I didn't. Why is he preaching to me when I'm preaching Islam? That's why I find very
Why is he
interesting.
You're kind of contradicting
No,
yourself.
no.
You're doing the same thing, but you're telling him not to do it.
Like for instance, if I came to him wanting to learn about Christianity, then that's different. I'm not here to learn about Christianity.
Okay.
I'm
But
here
he's
to preach Islam.
But you're talking to a Christian.
No, I understand, and that's why I'm thinking. What happens with Christians? Conversations with Christians, they end up trying to preach to me.
And that's the same thing with Muslims. If I was speaking to a Muslim.
No. But that's the thing. If a Christian is preaching, we leave him alone. We let him do his thing.
Okay.
But when Muslims are preaching, Christians love to come up and try to preach to us. I find that hilarious. You don't think that's funny? You don't think that's weird? You don't like the same.
It goes both ways, though. It's just
But
basically
we
trying
don't.
to share knowledge.
But we don't do that with you guys, though. That's what I'm saying.
You can't say that.
What do you? I said it. I just said it.
Maybe because you don't do it, that doesn't mean other Muslims would do it. Maybe because I don't do it, that doesn't mean other Christians don't do it.
No, I just found that bit a little bit hilarious. Like, why are you preaching to a person that's preaching his religion?
Because that's what he understands as the truth. That's what he knows. That's his,
No, I understand, but it happens all the time. I just find it very hilarious. I find it weird, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But like I said, I truly respect Muslims. I definitely respect you, man. I love what you're doing. I'm not here trying to convert you. Don't get that as what it is.
No, I already understand
I'm
Christianity. Yeah.
truth. You know, this is why I believe it to be the truth. You believe the Quran to be the truth. You know what I'm
But you haven't read the Quran.
Yes,
I've read the Bible.
Yes, you're right. You know, I haven't read about Christopher Columbus, but I know he was a person. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I will take your book once we're leaving. Somebody's calling you, but there's just certain things with the Quran that just.
Well, what I think you should do is first read it with an open mind, because all you're doing is you heard hearsay from non-Muslims, not from Muslims. You heard it from people that don't like Islam, right? And then that's
Even
what.
hearing from what you just told me is just that. It's just like, really, that's our creator. That's what we're looking forward to. So, in y'all idea of heaven.
And also keep in mind, you don't know what Christian heaven is like. I guarantee you, once you find out about Christian heaven, Muslim heaven, you're not gonna want to go to Christian heaven.
Okay.
That's a
Right.
promise. That's
Yeah,
a promise.
you might be
Because
right.
in Christian heaven, dude, like it's just praying all the time. You don't have a gender. You don't. Let's say if you're married on earth, you no longer have your wife,
I
right?
don't know if it says that in the Bible, but
It's all there. You can find out. Ask your pastor. Ask your pastor.
yeah, but
Ask him what you're looking forward to in the afterlife.
okay.
Because that's what we're doing this for, right? For the
I
afterlife.
think it's kind of disingenuous of you to say a statement like you're not gonna have a gender when it doesn't say that in the Bible.
That's what it does say that.
You can't show me where it says. If you can't show me where it says that, I can't take that to be true.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I don't know the direct verses, but like I said, ask your pastor,
Okay.
and then he'll tell you about it. This is very common knowledge for people that know about Christian heaven.
You said you.
But let's say if you were married, you don't keep your wife in Christian
Yes,
heaven.
I understand that there's no marriage in heaven. That
Yeah.
I understand. But as far as genders, as if we were all LGBTQ, all
No, it's like you guys are all going to be
Unisex.
worshiping God, all like the angels. You guys are going to be like the angels, just worshiping God all day and all night, and that's what
I
heaven
don't
is
know if
like.
that's what the Bible says, but I'm gonna have to do my.
Yeah, go ahead, do your research. Do your research, yeah.
Nah, hey man, I love what you're doing. I'm gonna keep watching your
Yes, sir,
YouTube
my brother.
videos because
But just remember, bro, God is one, bro. And just have an open mind, open
I'll
heart,
take one for
and
sure.
then just read the book, bro. And if you have any questions, feel free to come back. Or you can hit me up on Instagram too, bro.
Man,
Yeah, you live around here?
I'm from Texas, man. I'm from the
So what, you just happened to come out here or what?
vacation, man.
Okay, nice. Nice. All right, man. I don't believe in accidents, my brother. May Allah bless you, my brother. I wish you the best. Remember, Allah is the God of all of us. It's not a different God. You get what I'm saying? It's just Arabic and English, all right? So don't...
I understand.
Okay, cool. Because, in Aramaic, they call God Ilah. And the Arab Christians, they refer to God as Allah. You know that, right? And then the Arabic Bible, they call God Allah. So, cool.
Man, I love your devotion, man. It's truly amazing to see somebody just you love what you believe in and you're trying to share it with the world. That's how I see it.
Bro, I dedicate my own money, my own time. Bro, I spent thousands of dollars helping people, bro.
Why?
Because I know this is the truth. I know how it's going to save people. I know what Islam did for me, and I know what it could do. And I've helped thousands of people, bro. I've seen their lives change with the message of Islam, bro. Other religions don't do that, bro. They don't change your life the way Islam does, bro. Because it's a system. It's a system. Everything is set in place. It's structured. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is there. So if the truth is there for those who want it, if you don't want the truth, you could disregard the truth, but accept the punishment that it comes with.
That's and at the end of the day, if I'm wrong, hey, I'm gonna have to burn in hell.
But I don't want that to happen because that's what the Quran says, right? It says right here, chapter 67, right? Right. So it says right here. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. So it says life is a test. Blessed is the one in whose hands rests all authority, and he is most capable of everything. He is the one who created death and life in order to test which one of you are best in deeds. And he is the Almighty, the All-Forgiving, right? And this is the reward of the disbelievers. It says, those who disbelieve in their Lord will suffer the punishment of the hellfire. What an evil destination. When they are tossed into it, they will hear its roaring as it boils over, almost bursting into fury. Every time a group is cast into it, its keepers will ask them, did a warner not come to you? They will respond, yes, a warner did come to us, but we denied and said Allah had revealed nothing. It's telling you what the people will say after you warn them of the truth, right? Allah has revealed and they will say that the warner is extremely astray, right? And they will lament, if only we had listened and reasoned. That's on the day of judgment. Those same people that disagreed with the truth are going to say, only on that day, if we listened and reasoned, right, we would not be of the residents of the blaze. And so they will confess their sins, so away with the residents of the blaze. So I'm just here to warn people of the truth, bro. You do with it whatever you want, my brother.
You're dope, man.
Hey, man, Lord bless you, bro.
Hey, you
Honestly,
too.
I do wish the best for you, bro.
Hey, you too, man. Same here, bro.
And I appreciate you coming up to me, man, and having that discussion with me, okay?
I love your enthusiasm for your faith, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
It wouldn't come if I didn't believe in it, my brother.
I like
You know what I'm saying?
I like it, yeah, man.
Can I offer you another gift, my brother,
I
please?
don't want to take too much. This is enough, brother.
Let me actually at least offer you a prayer guide. It teaches you how to pray the way Jesus, Moses, Abraham, all the prophets of the past, they prayed the same exact way.
All right, man.
Okay, my brother? Because if you love God, you want to know how to worship God the way God wants you to worship Him, right? Or you worship God the way you want. Hey, my brother.
Of course, I'll see what the Quran's about, and then again, look, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk.
I appreciate you too, man. God bless you, my brother.
Why don't we push each other to read the Quran? Quran is the only Quran app in the world that allows you to add friends and family. Every time they read, it notifies you. Every time you read Quran, it notifies them. It pushes each of you to read more Quran. The Prophet ﷺ told us to compete in good deeds. Download Quranly, try it free for 7 days, and change your life with the words of Allah.
تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير